has beautiful colors and captivating dance sequences, just came out.
Goat?
Close. Maggie Gyllenhaal's the bride, but that was a good guess.
Thanks. Hey, wait, didn't Rosie just see that?
Yeah, and I hear she wants to tell us about it. Take it away, Rosie.
Much like Dr. Frankenstein, Hollywood has a habit of keeping the dead alive, this time reviving the 1935 sequel to Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, into a reinvigorated version titled The Bride. Maggie Gyllenhaal, director of The Lost Daughter, has both written and directed the story, creating a stitched-together mainstream feminist version of the classic tale. The film itself is set in 1935 and, like its predecessor, features Mary Shelley as a character of sorts, acting as an alternate personality to the film's titular character. Both played by Jessie Buckley, the story begins as Shelley speaks through the bride, which causes her to be murdered by a gang, only to be brought back to life shortly after by Frankenstein's monster. Oh, I'm hearing he's just Frankenstein here. Okay. Well, played by Christian Bale, Gyllenhaal writes Frankenstein as a lonesome, cinnamon-loving cinnamon roll who seeks out mad scientist Dr. Euphronius in search of a romantic partner. The bride is ultimately brought back from the dead with no memory of living, questioning both her role as Frank's spouse as well as her role in, well, life. To enjoy a rambunctious night of underground clubbing in Chicago before Frank's monstrous qualities sizzle to the surface, launching their runaway tale across the American Northeast. The Mary Shelley character coins this a love story, however, the undead romance takes the back seat for a good portion of the film in favor of a girl boss detective B-plot as well as an evil male mob C-plot. The coalescence of these tropes creates something reminiscent of Bonnie and Clyde, undermining the inherently complex protagonists Gyllenhaal has created. Both husband and wife grapple with society's impression of them as monsters, but arguably their gender dynamics serve as the main player in their taut relationship, as well as in the film altogether. Divisions between sexes are overt, with men being the antithesis to the smart, powerful female characters. This fearless feminism attempts to be natural, yet it mainly comes across as shallow, serving a common ideal which sees women as finding agency only when they take on masculine qualities. Gyllenhaal's cityscapes exude a Gotham-like atmosphere, meshing well with the bizarreness of Frank and the Bride, but being more abrasive with the archetypical detectives who, when in a scene with the two former characters, seem like they're in the wrong film. I wish Gyllenhaal committed more to the offbeat quirkiness Frank and the Bride so effortlessly emanate, which she did very well during the Poor Things-esque dance number. There, the frame is fully packed with over-the-top gesticulation, intensity, and madness, qualities which are not prevalent enough in such an intriguingly odd premise. Towards the make-it-or-break-it third act, things fall into place in a rushed and lazy fashion, failing to follow through on the many themes Gyllenhaal presents. In the final scene, the bride howls, "Rage, me too," which left me wondering if the many correlations to a certain Weinstein were the intent after all. If this is true, it's still disappointing, seeing as there is a lack of a takeaway besides a retelling of the tale every woman knows. Despite The Bride making me laugh, thanks to Christian Bale, I found its desperation to shock the audience and inability to come to wrap up emotional arcs solemnly unfunny. Unfortunately, this is a theme I see with some films which take something and make it feminist. They itch to be in your face and defy norms, but many times this detracts from intellectual meaning and emotional connections with the audience. You can tell a tale about a woman thrown into the world without a lack of agency, without having Penelope Cruz drawl, "Detective? She's right here." Write characters which serve women, rather than having women serve the characters. Once more, I'm ecstatic to see a new female filmmaker take Hollywood by storm, and I'm looking forward to see what comes next. I'll catch you next time, hopefully not reviewing a poorly rebooted literature classic.